Hey guys, welcome to another week's video. I'm trying to start doing some Q&A because I'm trying to make the videos more regular. And so I asked a couple people, or I asked you guys on Facebook and Twitter to submit questions, and a bunch of you did. So I'm going to answer those. And if you have more questions for the next time, then please leave them in the comments. So let's kick it off. Patrick was wondering, when is Duskers going to be available as an alpha beta, if at all? And the reason I think this is a good question is because maybe you guys don't realize how much thought goes into this sort of stuff, but this has kind of been keeping me up a little bit because there's this real double-edged sword when you're offering up your game as an alpha or a beta. The positive side is that you get people engaged in it. You get people to start playing it. And Duskers is a roguelike, so it's got procedurally generated levels and stuff like that. So I don't have to worry about completely spoiling like the progression of the game or anything like that. So the positive would be is that I get cool people in, I get awesome feedback, I get some bug testing, stuff like that, and I just get the awareness of the game to be raised. So I want to do it, and I've kind of been trying to subscribe to what David does with Wolfire and just early and often and get stuff out. However, there's also a matter of distraction. So as soon as I put the game out there and people are paying money for it, I feel very obligated. So if people are like, there are bugs, or this isn't quite fleshed out, or here are some problems, I'm going to feel the need to respond to that. And that's going to distract me because we're in a phase of the game right now where I need to be iterating on design, changing things out willy-nilly without really worrying about the whole support loop, if you will. So that's kind of the conundrum. Another problem is that I have to figure out exactly what I'm going to charge for the game. And other indies have offered up solutions, a tiered pricing model where a certain price just gets you a pre-order of the game, and no like access to the alpha beta, and then I don't have to worry as much about the distraction from those. And then at a higher price point, or lower depending on how you think about it, you allow people to roll in and actually have instant access, or early access whenever I deem that fit. And that seems like a really cool idea. I like the idea of having a natural barrier so that I don't have too many people playing the game and distracting me, especially if the feedback isn't as good. It sounds rude, but it's true. So I think the idea is that it might be good to, at a higher price, have people be able to come in. That way I can prevent too many people from coming in, which sounds really bad because who knows if anybody even wants to come in and play this game. But yeah, so there's a whole lot of different price models, I guess, and benefits and problems with allowing the game up early, and it's just a matter of figuring out exactly when. So to actually answer the question, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pretty soon put it up as a pre-order where you can pre-order the game, but you won't necessarily get a copy. But that'll guarantee that as soon as I put the game up for either early access or even earlier access than Steam Early Access, that you would get to play it. So yeah, I guess the ultimate answer is I don't quite know yet, but I'll keep you guys posted. So let's move on to the next one. What are the pros and cons of not working for a huge studio and not having a set salary? That's a pretty good one because I have kind of done both. So when I was at Rainbow Studios and I was at DreamWorks Animation, the pros obviously of having a set salary, and especially if you have a mortgage and a family and stuff like that, is that life is just stable. There's a lot of stress that goes along with being an indie and relying on yourself for all the money. It's tough because we were using our savings for a virus named Tom, and I'm being a drain on my family in that way. And then you add to that the stress of you're working this whole time not making money, in the hopes that there's this big payout at the end, and that's what you tell yourself. And so that sets these expectations that can be very difficult, because if you don't, hit a home run right away, and as an indie, hitting a home run is very different, because I was coming from a job where I had been working in the industry for a decade, and my salary had gone up, and so my life was adjusted to that. It's very expensive to live in the Bay Area, so things had been adjusted for my salary. So going to no salary and then the expectation that I would make some percentage of my salary is really tough. So I think that the cons are definitely instability and stress. So it can be tough on your family. It can be tough on you. I think the pros, of course, is that there are benefits. Like right now, if Haley, my daughter, has some weird event at her preschool, then I can go. I can, take off. I set my own hours, and if I want to, work in time to go visit my parents or something like that, I can do that. I don't really have to worry as much about like being in the office 9 to 5. So those are kind of some benefits, and then of course, just the ownership that you take and the pride. It's very rare that I wake up and I don't want to go to work. You can do what you want to do, and it's also awesome to have a team of people that you're able to start to pay to do what they love to do, even if you have to pay them pretty horribly. So I don't know. I guess I hope that answers the question. There's probably a lot more I could go into on that, but I'm trying not to make these YouTube videos too long. Follow-up questions are totally fine if you guys want to hear more about that. But I'm guessing that's probably long enough for now because I'm trying to keep these short. So I have a bunch of other questions, and I will try to get to them in another Q&A video. I'll try and intersperse these in with some of the design stuff and some of the gameplay-oriented stuff that I do. But thanks for watching. Let me know if you guys like this stuff. If you don't, or if you want something else, again, all in the comments. So, all right, have a good one. Thanks for watching.